Hello and welcome to A Lovely Time, a podcast where we speak to comedians to find out how they'd spend a perfect day. I'm Amy Gledhill and my idea of a lovely time is sipping an ice-cold Pepsi Max Cherry on Cleethorpes Pier. My guest today is a stand-up comedian, an author, a podcaster, an activist and a bloody good friend. It's Sofie Hagen. Let's have a lovely time then, shall we? Hello, Sofie Hagen.
Hello, Amy Gledhill. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you for the absolute first time. How are you?
I'm good.
All right.
But it sounds, you know, when you say, you know what, I'm actually good, that sort of says more about the past 365 days than what it says about today. It's very, I've been in my hammock.
What?
I have a hammock and it is the best thing in the whole world. And
you have a hammock?
I have a hammock and it's so good.
Like
a swingy, yeah, like a fabric thing that swings. It just makes everything better. Like half an hour in the hammock, night or day. So good.
So is it in your garden or inside?
Oh, in my garden.
What?
It takes up the entire garden, but it's worth it. It is my garden.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
There's something like actually therapeutic about it. It's like something about the nervous system and like the spine and something about it reminding you of water and being like carried as a baby. Like there's something actually like psychologically good about it.
That sounds incredible. I always, when I'm feeling crap or ill or really tired, I always want to, I always imagine being very, very small and being carried in a papoose. And
in a what?
In like
papoose?
In a papoose, yeah.
Papoose?
Just know it's a real thing. You know when like someone has a baby like on their chest and then
like in a burrito.
I guess it's like a sort of blanket thing where it's like
yes,
the parent has their arms up and the baby's not going anywhere. They're like strapped. Yeah. You know. Yeah. I just always want to be like just carried around, and sometimes the baby has like their arms and legs just like outside of it.
Yeah.
And they're facing forward. I just dream about being in a papoose all the time.
I mean, I miss just, you know, when you had to go out and get something, you'd just be in that little stroller.
Yeah.
And you could just chill out. You didn't have to wear shoes. Someone would just be pushing you.
Let's normalize adults in prams, please. Please.
I've been wanting to do this for so long. And it's like so hard to convince people. And look at you weirdly.
Well, we could take it in turns, couldn't we? I don't want to be in a pram all the time. But if you're having a bit of a bad day, get me in a pram, little blanket on. But, you know, like...
twin ones.
Oh my God.
So we get like a third friend who can take both of us around.
John, producer John, give us a thumbs up if you push us around in a pram. Yeah.
Oh, it's a yes.
We've done it. It's a yes from John.
So now we just need to get this podcast sponsored by a adult twin stroller. I don't know words.
Or double papoose.
Yes.
You on the front, me on the back, strapped to a hefty human walking us around all day and night.
And
great.
If anyone comments, they're just fat shaming, and it's not okay. It's just a misogynistic point of view.
It's not okay.
It's ageism. It's actually ageism. Oh, you're saying I'm too old? What? So women are too old for things?
It's sexist.
It's sexist. It's ageist.
Yeah.
Anti-papoose.
Fat shaming. It's anti-papoose. What, do you hate babies? What, you hate how babies live to you?
Oh, so you hate babies? You want to kill all babies? That's horrific.
You Herod. You absolute Herod.
We say as we're flailing from the papoose.
As John is sweating.
John, run after him. We'll get him.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, we've nailed that.
I mean, I think that's better than the lovely time that I was planning on telling you about. So the time we double proposed your producer.
Sounds very rude, doesn't it?
No, because that sounds French. That sounds fancy.
Oh, it sounds like pamplemousse.
What?
That's a French word, which I think is for like grapefruit or some sort of
Pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse.
Pom is apple.
Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Pom is apple. Pomme de terre is potato.
Oh, then a pom might not be apple.
No, it is. Apple of the earth is potato.
But then what's apple? Like apple is also from the earth, isn't it?
I think that's from God.
Potato of the tree or something.
Potato of the tree. Yeah.
I'm learning so much about. I'm learning a whole new language here. It's very fascinating.
Welcome to Learning French with Amy Gledhill. So I reckon it's like potato of ground or something, pamplemousse or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's why it sounds French.
Yeah, it's just like being back in Paris. Paris. It's like being back in Paris.
Paris.
It's every time I hear your sweet voice, I'm like, the streets of Paris with the baguettes.
I do get that a lot. Like, excuse me, are you French or from Hull? Oh, right, yeah, I do get that a lot. Yeah.
Get that Parisian Hull dialect from you.
So cultured. I'm so cultured. What is a potato? So we got onto all of this, talking about your hammock, and I don't want to dwell on the hammock, but it's just blown my mind so much.
It is the best thing.
What made you, had you been in a hammock before? Had you had good times in a hammock?
You know what? My therapist asked me to think of like a nice memory, and my nicest memory from my childhood was this. It wasn't technically a hammock, but it was like a outdoor sofa that swings. So like a hammock, but a sofa.
Yeah.
And I just remember lying on it in the summer and just like swinging back and forth, and like my fingers are sort of stroking the ground underneath and the grass, and it's just this incredible like calm memory. And the next hammock situation I remember is being 20 and having escaped to me and my friend went hitchhiking to Berlin, and we found this weird canal cafe thing where there was this hammock by the whatever the water thing in Berlin is, the river of something, the Berlin River, sure. And we were lying in these hammocks, and it was just this, it was the first time since we'd started hitchhiking that I felt like no anxiety, because people kill hitchhikers all the time, right?
Sure.
And I was just in this hammock, and it was so good. And that's the only 2 times, but it's just the best memories. So
they sound amazing.
I thought, it's almost summer. It's the first time I have a garden in my life. So I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it. And how do you install it? Do you just have to tie it to something, or does it come?
It comes with the stand.
Perfect.
Yeah, it wasn't even that hard to build. They said it needed 2 people, but it did not.
It never does.
If you don't care about like personal injuries, it's so easy to just build yourself.
I did that with the wardrobe. It said two people assembly needed, and I was like, we'll see about that, mate. We will see about that. Cut to 13 hours of me in this room, the room was so small where I was building the wardrobe, I couldn't get out until it was built. And you had to put the leg...
Like a really boring IKEA version of Saw.
Make these drawers or you will die.
Just kill me now.
Please, I'm done. Like 15 minutes in, I'm like, God.
The other people had to like brush their teeth with acid, and they did it. No, I cannot build another drawer. It's not normal to have 6 drawers in a wardrobe. Like, it's not okay.
I don't understand. Is this the front or the back? Where does these instructions are not clear? But yeah, so I built the wardrobe, but then it had these like little stupid legs that you have to put on the bottom at the end.
No, what?
At the end, and my room was so small, I couldn't tip the wardrobe on its side to do it. So I had to push the wardrobe up against a wall and then lift it, and then I put my head under it and I was supporting the wardrobe with my head, trying to screw these bloody legs on. Oh, it was really character building. It's a real character building experience.
Build your wardrobe and your character at the same time.
And break your neck. Why not? Have you ever wondered what you'd do without a neck? Why not try and build a wardrobe on your own? So my first question was, tell us about a lovely time you've had. Would that be hammock related?
Almost. My favorite time was after the Melbourne Comedy Festival. We were very, very close to Bali, and the plane tickets were so cheap because that, like, Bali is like their Spain.
Oh, wow.
So I went for a week, 10 days to Bali, and I found this hotel that had really bad reviews, and all the reviews said it was too far away from anything. It was too quiet. You couldn't do anything fun. And I was like, that's where I'm going to go. And you had your own private pool, which is like a dream, both because, I'm fat and self-conscious. I'm also an introvert, don't like people. Also, I can't really swim, but I can, but it's like I've invented my own swimming, which is like a mix of the ones that I know. So it doesn't look fun. Oh, well, I'm sure it looks fun, but I think it more looks funny, which is not the look I'm going for in a pool. So I just stayed, they picked me up at the airport, the hotel. They dropped me off in my room. And then I just lived there and lived off of 3 times room service a day and emptied the minibar once a day and then just swam around in my own pool. It was incredible. The staff was so worried about me. They kept being like, do you need a brochure for like what you can do? And I was like, nope.
No.
Absolutely not. And it was the most amazing view, and like no one else was there because it was a shitty hotel, but it was so good. It was just this idea of having my own pool, which is, in my head, a pool is the same as a hammock. It's like nice, and you swing, or I don't know what you do in a pool, but that's what I do, is swing around in the pool. I swim in the hammock and swing in the pool.
Sure.
But it was just this week of nothing but me in the water and having these amazing drinks and this very concerned staff, wondering where my husband was and if
He's
I'd been
dead.
left. Yeah, he died, so maybe don't bring it up. Thank you very much. Also, this was meant to be our honeymoon, so if you could like give me some champagne or something, that'd be real nice. I'm actually grieving. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, sorry, take off my sunglasses. I'm grieving. But you know what? Things have changed a lot, haven't they? Because like a year ago, I'd say, and that would still be my favorite thing to do. And now I'm like, yeah, do I need another 10 days of doing nothing?
Yes.
I mean,
yes. That sounds incredible.
It was magical, and it was just this smell of, I don't know, there's just a different smell, like a smell of a warm country. Like,
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. And the smell of sort of happiness.
Yeah. And the sound of not London and people and cars and...
Oh my word.
Just the sound of 2 staff members talking in another language outside your door going, okay, I'm not going to go in and check on her again. You have to this time, because one of us is going to find her and she won't be alive, and this is not good. This is not what I got into the hotel business for.
Not another one.
Are you sure you don't want to see the sights of Bali? No way. But can you not get water where you're from? No. Not like this.
No. Oh my god. So obviously I'm going to ask you about your ideal perfect time. I don't know how you're going to top that. Because that has so many of the ingredients that are just perfect. Oh my god. Okay, I'm excited.
Again, a year ago, I would have agreed with you. Things have changed, Amy. Things have changed.
Okay. Right. I'm excited for this. Okay, so let's build.
Okay.
Let's build it. Yes, let's build your actual perfect time.
We actually start the night before. Okay, because I wake up hungover. The kind of hungover where you still have adrenaline, you might still be a bit drunk, and you wake up way too early, but you're super awake, and
Yeah.
you've had the best night the night before. The best night. So you wake up and you're like, oh, what even happened? And you wake up, you're sort of laughing, like, oh my God. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I was at this party. And then there was like this guy who like I know really hates me. Then he got so drunk he flirted with me, and then I rejected him. So I know that he's waking up feeling horrible, right? But I'm so hungover that I just, when you're hungover, but and then you look yourself in the mirror and you're like, I look amazing, because you still have like leftover makeup, but somehow it works.
Yes.
Your face is a bit swollen in all the right places, and
Yes.
your hair is just like really good because it's had hairspray in it, and now it's just the way it should have looked last night. And you just don't feel self-conscious because like you did end up making out with someone. Maybe you know what? It's my fantasy. I had sex, and was just someone good. Doesn't matter. And those, in like the workplace, they have these signs that are like 13 days since the last accident.
Yeah.
Like I wake up and I change it from like 700 to like 0 days since sex. Then I all confidently like put on sunglasses, and then I stroll down the street and I go to McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Now this is my fantasy, so they don't do breakfast. They have their proper food, even though it's like 9 a.m.
Amen.
Because is there anything better than like a really cold, watered down McDonald's Coke when you're hungover?
Oh yeah, with
Right?
the ice cubes in it and the
Yes.
condensation coming down the plastic.
Oh my God, yes. And then just something greasy, and you're still just sort of like high from like the great time you had last night.
Mhm.
Now, then say it's like 10 a.m. You're in this.
I'm in this.
You're in this because you are outside my house and you're picking me up in a rented car.
Yeah, not my car.
No. No, we need one with a convertible.
Oh my God.
Yes. And but I'm obsessed with being driven places. I think you know this.
Yes.
You've done that enough to know. Fucking love it. You're like, have you heard of the train? I'm like, no, Amy, you must suffer. This is driving Miss Hagen here. So you've already rented the car. I didn't even have to go with you to the rental place, which is like the dream. And then we're driving somewhere. I'm gonna say Edinburgh.
Ooh.
Yes. And the reason why it has to be you is both because you're hilarious. Like I never laugh as much as I do with you.
Oh.
But also you do this thing, and I'm sure the people who've been listening are aware, you laugh at people's jokes. You're not one of these comedians who's like thinks of their laughter as like currency, and they only have a certain amount and they can't use all of it up. So I also just feel really funny. So we're in this car, we're driving, the top is down, it's early summer, and you are just laughing at me at all of my jokes, and I just feel really good. And you're just like, ah, ha, ha. And you're also, and we're gossiping as well, because in this fantasy you actually tell me things that are happening in your life, so I don't feel neglected by you. So it's a really great fantasy. So say for example, you tell me who you're dating and stuff like that
Sure.
normal friends do. But then I'm also telling you about last night, and you're saying things like, oh my God, he so fancies you. And I'm like, oh my God, you think? And you're like, yes, read me all of his texts. Oh, and I just go through like years of texts, and you just analyze them, and every single text you're like, it means he loves you, and I feel so good. Then we stop at a Toby Carvery.
Yeah, Toby Carvery.
Yeah, we stop at a Toby Carvery, and as we're eating, and I got extra meat, by the way.
Of course.
As we're eating, also we use my Toby's golden card, so we don't even have to pay.
Oh my God.
We have a celebrity sighting, and it's someone really like oh my God, everyone's going to be jealous of us because we've seen this people, these whoever it is, and we get like a picture, and we're just like, and it's a person who like dies very soon hereafter, so that we will be like, so we can say when he dies, we can say, me and Amy actually saw him at a Toby Carvery, and people will be like, oh my God, really? You're so lucky. I don't know who it is. It's not relevant. We have the celebrity sighting, which is like always exciting, right? That gives you energy for the rest of the day.
Yeah, of course. Because you're
Right?
like, oh my God, did you see their hair? Did you see they had a hat on?
Yeah, he was actually quite nice, but then I heard him say
Yeah.
to the waiter he didn't want. He told her, he told her to go and like lick off the gravy from his food, which is like really weird. And we can sell the story to like the Sun for like 10 million, and then we're rich. Oh,
Amazing.
and by
Amazing.
now it's like noon, and it's already like the best day ever. For me, mainly because you've had to drive quite a long time. You've had to go to the airport quite early in the morning to rent this car, and you didn't take out the insurance, so you have that extra stress on you. And they also told you last minute that you weren't allowed to, cross the border to Scotland, but then you're going to do it anyway. So, but I don't know any of this. So I'm great. Then we're in Toby Cavalry, and then there's like a table next to us where people are having a big discussion in Danish, but they don't know that I understand them. And also, I know the answer to the thing they're discussing. So after they've discussed this in Danish for so long, and we get up to leave, I just like look at them, and in Danish, I just say, "Oh, the answer is this."
Oh my God.
Their minds are blown, Amy. And then they also recognize me, and they're like, "Oh my God, we love you." Okay.
Oh my God. Yes.
So now it's 10 past noon, and we've never been happier. Well, I've never been happier. You're really stressed about the car. Yeah. Yeah, we're running out of gas and stuff like that. I haven't paid your invoice. It's really stressful for you, this. But I'm feeling great. And then like the guy from last night texts me, and he's like, "Oh, just so you know, I was really drunk last night." And you're like, he wouldn't say that unless he was really into you.
Yeah.
The doorbell. Let this be a pause.
Who was it? Let us know.
Well, it's actually weirdly relevant to the next bit. Because somehow we managed to find a gas station that sells Danish candy. I recently found a website that sold Danish candy. So my 2 kilos of Danish candy just arrived.
Oh my God. Amazing. You've planned that, and I love the theatre of it. Thank you for that spectacle.
Imagine if I had. I would be so happy. So we've just been to Toby Cavalry, driving. I mean, just the driving bit with singing to our playlist.
Yeah.
Gossiping. You actually tell me things about your life. Can't even imagine it, right? So we end up in Edinburgh. We're staying at, and this is another French thing, so maybe you would like to pronounce it. Hotel du Vin.
Yeah, that's Hotel du Vin. Yeah. Got it.
Oh, it's like being there in France, Paris. Because they have this amazing bread. Have I ever taken you to get the bread in Edinburgh?
Oh, why not?
Oh my God. It's the best bread. Like the little bread basket you get before the meal. It's so good. It's so good. So we have like just a bunch of bread baskets. And they don't look at us weirdly because this is my fantasy and not like real life. And then we have a show. I've been trying to think about which venue, but I'm not really sure. And also at this point, I don't really care. I just really want to do a gig.
Yeah.
I just really want a gig. And it's one of those gigs where they just laugh. It's like you go out, you say hi, and then they just laugh, and you just know, oh, it's going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Going to have fun. It starts on time. It's, no one's running over the show before.
They do the music swell correct as you're coming to the stage. Yes. All of that runs like a dream.
The tech is immaculate.
Yeah.
You have an amazing opening set, and you're like, there's a part in your set where you get a bit emotional, and you're like, this is just really big because I never get to play to big audiences like this. And I just want to say thank you to Sofie for choosing me to be her support act. And I mean, this has been a dream of mine for so long, and this is why she's one of my best friends, and I always tell her everything, so she doesn't have to find out on social media. And I just thank you so much for letting me. And at this point, they're already clapping, right? They're like, "Oh my God, this is huge." She's talking about how great Sofie is, and they agree because they're my audience, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're like, oh, and then you wipe up the tears, and it's all very emotional, and I'm at the side of the stage just like shaking my head like, Amy, you silly cow, you didn't have to do this. Oh, it's too much, and I'm like, this like one tear, and I'm like, oh god, this is silly, and I'm like, I take like a photo of it and I upload it, and I'm like, oh, Amy was just being very silly, and I do like a little fun joke, and like, Amy's lying. I paid her to say it, just being quite humble about everything. And then you walk off stage and people, and then I go on, have a good show. We hug, but it's like a, yeah, we're going to talk about this later kind of thing, like, because you clearly need to get it all out. And you have just really like talking to me and telling me things. And then after the show, have a few drinks, everything, sign things. I sell all the merch I have, all in cash. So, and I believe the law is no taxes on that. And especially in Scotland, I think it's like, I don't know, I'm not really sure. But then we go to the hotel room. It's a really nice hotel. And we watch Love Island. And it's the episode where they go to Casa Amor. No, it's the episode where they come back from Casa Amor.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one.
And we're eating our Danish sweets, the bread from the restaurant. You just tell me things about your life, like, we're friends. And then like we go to separate ways. We both have baths. You don't have to have a bath, but I will have a bath in a huge tub.
Yeah.
Huge tub. Like a 3-person tub.
Oh, yes.
And it's one of those good hotels where there's like really high quality soaps and stuff. And then and then when we wake up the next day, turns out, this is a big reveal, it's the first day of the Edinburgh Festival. And we've already done the show. We didn't even know it was the first day. We didn't know that all of the reviewers and all of the judges were in. And they bloody loved it. And your little speech was like, people were like, oh my God, even the support act, like broke down over how emotional she was because of this comedian. And I mean, we don't want to say anything too soon about certain short lists or long lists for awards and stuff, but Spirit of the Fringes was certainly present at the show last night. And thus August 2022 begins.
That sounds incredible. I mean, what a journey.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
If I could tweak one bit, if you let me,
you'd get the insurance.
Well, no, not even that. I quite like a little lurky panic in the background. Yeah. It just keeps me feeling alive, Yeah. What I would say is we have separate bath tubs, but they are next to each other. And there is a TV in the bathroom where we can continue watching something.
Same TV or a TV each?
No, same TV. Huge bathroom, 2 big bathtubs.
In the same bathroom?
Next to each other in the same bathroom, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're in these huge bathtubs, loads of bubbles, so no one feels exposed. No one's seen anything they didn't want to or did want to.
People are specifically not seeing what they do want to see.
Yeah, you will not see anything you want to see.
I'd rather you feeling a bit uncomfortable than too comfortable in that situation.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, we're just sat there in this beautiful big bath watching a big screen. With a really cold drink next to us with a big straw.
From the minibar, so it feels extra naughty.
Oh, yeah. Extra naughty, extra expensive.
And we've already said to them, why is our minibar empty? So they don't even know that they think it's empty. So we're just drinking.
So clever.
Just to get rid of the evidence.
Oh, my God.
And we're like, send extra bread.
Yeah, it's specifically from Hotel du Vin. Again, just French there for any French listeners, just to make you feel at home, really.
That is amazing. Yes, you took it to the next level. I'm on board.
That's great. And it's what I love about it is that it's so close to real life. It's like, it's totally possible. It's not like, well, we'd be on the moon. It's like, no, we'd be in Toby Carvery. We've been in Toby Carvery
And it was the
so many
best.
times, and it was incredible.
Yes. It's all the good things from the past life.
Yeah.
I mean, I this is a little behind the scenes. I did consider adding in that at some point I would do laundry and it would be hanging outside to dry, because that's like the best thing. It's dry in an hour instead of like the 7 days it takes inside a moist London flat. But I thought, let's not have too much fun.
But that is great. And there'd be no little spiders or insects on the outside drying laundry.
They're all dead.
They're all dead.
But not in a way where it affects the floral balance.
Yeah, it has no knock-on effect.
Bees. Yeah. Bees are fine with it.
The bees like it. The bees prefer it,
There's not, in this fantasy, loads of bees.
Loads of bees.
They're all fine.
They're all fine. They're all fine.
No wars and stuff either, but it's, I feel like that's
mainly there's no little nasty insects.
No, that's no, none of that. Maybe in like our enemies' gardens, like who cares? But our gardens are fine.
Oh my god! Yeah, I love that.
I'm glad.
What a brilliant...
you have to, because you're in it.
I'm in it. Yeah, that was what a journey. I feel like that was a little treat for me.
That, like, obviously for you to be like my support act, you'd have to be like less successful than you are now. So you don't mind it in this situation you're...
That's not true. That's not true at all. You know me, I'll do anything for like 50 quid.
I can see your price has gone up. That's this. I'm gonna have to. Actually, I think we will stick with Will Duggan and his 1 beer salary, 1 beer token salary.
What, he gets a full beer?
Hard liquor not included. Yeah.
Who is a better driver out of me and Will Duggan? He has a better car.
He has a better car, but you can multitask. So with Will, I'll say something and then he just won't reply because he's focusing on not hitting something. Where you don't care about hitting something, you'd rather laugh. I think that's a beautiful quality in a person.
I remember we did an Instagram live near Gloucester Services and it was brilliant. We're just driving down the motorway, Instagramming live. I'd never done an Instagram live before. It was very exciting.
I just remember we saw Stonehenge, didn't we? And you got so excited. It was like seeing a child realize it was Christmas. It was beautiful. And I'm the foreigner. I was like, you can see Stonehenge every day.
Like, what? That's that? That's Stonehenge? There? No, come
that beautiful
on.
French accent.
Yeah. In gay Paris. Oh, okay. The only question I've got to ask you is what would immediately spoil your lovely time? What one little thing?
So this is where I don't know how wild and sort of unrealistic I can get. I'd say like a global pandemic.
Oh, weird.
I think I know it's a bit unrealistic, but that's literally the only thing I can think of that would completely destroy every single thing in that fantasy,
Yeah.
Being out to see other people, suddenly you would have an excuse to not, tell me things, and doing gigs and the Edinburgh Festival and, Toby Carvery, basically all the things, buffets in general. I don't know if I should pick something that could actually happen.
No, I think this imaginary ones, I think people will get on board with it. Although it hasn't stopped the Danish candy, so that's something.
Well, there is probably COVID on it.
That's a little extra treat for you.
You know what? I've already gotten 1 vaccine, so I'd say it's worth it. So I'm basically immune to everything.
Yeah, I'm 1 vaccine in, feeling absolutely immortal. I'm like, I'll cross the road without looking because I've had a vaccine.
Absolutely. Just flashing your little Band-Aid. Like, what?
I've been vaccinated, actually.
I don't think you want to hit me with your car, because actually it's a waste of NHS vaccines.
Just
Do you hate the NHS? Is that why you're running me over right now? I think, what was that? Was that not you clapping 8 months ago? Excuse me?
Just banging on the door of Dorothy Perkins, the closed Dorothy Perkins, being like, I've had a vaccine. Excuse me. Very rude. I've had a vaccine and I'd like a new little dress, please. Thank you.
I have to suffer just because you haven't had your vaccine.
Just because you haven't had you're just too lazy to have a vaccine. I've had my vaccine for my country and I demand.
I got morbidly obese just so I could serve my country by getting the vaccine before the thinnies. Okay?
The old thinnies. Oh, I'm sorry, 70-year-old Doris. Maybe if you'd have eaten a bit more at Christmas, maybe you too would be immortal.
You hadn't wasted your time being a teacher, maybe you'd get the vaccine. Okay? I might get sick from the candy I've ordered to arrive midday on a Wednesday. Okay? Maybe if you weren't out playing teacher, you'd have time to get the vaccine.
Playing teacher. John, you've got that bit right. We can just put that bit just out of context on the socials, all right?
Please cancel me, please.
Oh, just do me a favour. Just cancel me. I'm knackered.
Just cancel me now.
I'm so tired. Just cancel me. I think you've absolutely nailed that. What do you want to plug? Anything?
Yes.
What have you got coming up? Where can we find you? Please let us know.
I would say newsletter. Just sign up for my newsletter because that is where you get all the information. Newsletter and Instagram. I'm very much on Instagram and I'm doing a lot of fun things on Instagram. Like I've basically let Instagram choose how I should decorate my bathroom. It's a lot of fun. Also lots of images of the dog. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm doing lots of like online shows, and I think I'm gonna do a master class in how to do comedy. So
oh my god, sign me up.
I am very excited because I get militant around comedy. And there's not that much empathy led into my teaching style. I do online shows and it's just a bunch of stuff. And I mean, in theory, there's more tour shows coming, but you know,
who knows?
We'll see. Yeah.
We'll have to see when the insurance on that sports car comes through.
And listen, I know we've been joking around, but you can always take Will Duggan's place. Like if there's ever a day where you're like, oh, I feel like driving, I'll just call Will and be like, you're out, Amy's in.
I will do it if you get us a rental car, because my car's so
you're already ruining my plans, so now I have to go to Heathrow Airport.
No, you just have to put the money in my account to get
this oh, I can do that.
Okay.
Do you have Monzo?
No.
You're ruining everything. You ruin everything.
I'll get Monzo. You get me a convertible. Okay. We'll go on tour. See you there.
Meet in the middle. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what a pleasure. Thank you so much, Sophie.
Do I just close down, or is this just a fake podcast?
What, as a person? Do I just shut down now?
Use all my energy for this week.
What a show! What a night! The first lovely time that I've had a featured role in. Thank you very much. A supporting role, sure, but it's just an honour to be involved. Sofie Hagen there, dreaming about an insectless world in her hammock. Sounds bloody great to me. What a lovely time. Thanks very much for listening. Again, if you've got a perfect day to share with us, you can leave it in the review section on Apple Podcasts and I will read it out. Imagine that. Provided it's not too, like mucky and that. We'd love to hear your lovely time, so whack it in and I'll take a look. Tickets are available for our July show in Manchester. June has gone. June has sold out, thank you. But you can get tickets for the July show with a stonking lineup featuring Alistair Beckett-King, Stevie Martin, Erica Ayler and myself. So if you want to come and you live nearby, go grab a pair from ctickets.co.uk. Just put in a lovely time. And I think that's it. Thanks again for listening and for spreading the word. And thanks to Sofie for being an absolute smasher. I'll see you next week for another lovely time. Bye!
This podcast is made by A Lovely Time Productions and hosted by Amy Gledhill, with music by Jack Evans.
I'm not going to brag about being wealthy, but I can afford potatoes now, so...